It's not related to elections. So at any rate, my vision for this office is to bring it to the 21st century. You know, if you go to Washtenaw County's website, or if you go to Bay County's website, you can get all kinds of information online that you cannot get here. I mean, you have to pay for it. If you want to get like campaign finance reports here, you can go and examine them. But if you want to get copies, you know, it's going to cost you the cost of, you know, of the paper and the time put, you know, that it takes for staff to make those copies. So was it Dave that was telling me that
$140.
$140 for what report?
The one Kalamazoo campaign.
Yeah. So now you go down there, and I honestly think right now you go in there and take pictures. But if you're going to Washtenaw County's website, you can get a copy. It would be scanned, but you can get a copy of every campaign finance report that's filed there. Now, of course, the state of Michigan is way ahead of the counties because the state of Michigan, you can get campaign finance information in spreadsheet format, download it. And you also file, if you have to file with the state of Michigan, you file it online. Well, I want to get to that point here. There's no reason, I mean, it's efficient. It, you know, reduces the amount of staff time that goes into it. It lowers costs. You know, let's make information more accessible to people. Let's make it easier for people to get. The other thing I think is very important, forever in this county, one party has dominated the elections process, with the exception of 2 canvassers that by law have to be of the other party. So of the Board of Canvassers who inspect the election results, there are 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. Everybody else is a Republican. And the committee that oversees it, you got right now a Republican clerk, a Republican treasurer, and if you know Don Halstead, the chief probate judge, he's certainly not a Democrat, you know. So we need to, you know, we need to get some balance. We need to make sure that with this new effort by the Republican Party nationally to suppress voter eligibility and keep people from voting, you know, I mean, you probably have been following the voter purging that's going on in Florida. Well, who knows to what level they're going to take that. And we need to make sure that we have balance in this process to keep people's rights intact. A couple of other things I think it's worth mentioning. The County Board of Commissioners sets the fees. So if you go in and say I want a birth certificate, or you go in and say I want a death certificate, that's set by the County Board of Commissioners. But the county clerk can unilaterally waive those fees without support, without approval of the county board. Now, where it's done now for birth certificates, and it's been done for a while, is that if you have a child in Head Start, and the Head Start program says to the parent, I need your signature on an application for a birth certificate, and then basically so that Head Start can get the birth certificate. But not only does Head Start need it, but all of the early childhood programs need it, the schools need it, and there are a lot of poor kids whose birth certificates their families have to pay for in order to go to school that are not waived. So I'm going to put together some roundtables, bringing in the people who could provide the most help in coming up with a policy for a fee waiver program, and increased accessibility to information, as well as being able to get documents from the Register of Deeds part more efficiently. Because right now you got to pay a fee in order to have access online for the Register of Deeds part, when in fact we should be encouraging accessing information that way. It's just so much more efficient and requires so much less staff time. So I would invite people from the business community, especially the title insurers, realtors, etc., to participate in that particular roundtable. So we're going to have roundtables. We're going to improve the situation. We're going to make the office more efficient, more accessible to the public, make it easier for public to get information, and make sure that we have a fair voting process. So that's what my campaign is all about.